Little niggas out, big niggas out. I'm like, all that shit, bro. They touching that ground, nigga. When I hit them, they touching that floor. Don't ask me about Crawford, cause that motherfucker ain't in my division. I want all the smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. There's no other fight out there in the boxing world for Crawford to make.
Last night, Jermell Charlo finally broke his silence and directly called out Terence Crawford, accusing him of publicly disrespecting and humiliating him. The pound-for-pound star didn't respond gently either, as Crawford labeled Charlo fake during a raw, unfiltered moment caught on camera. Now Charlo has answered back with a direct challenge aimed squarely at Crawford. But this situation goes far beyond a simple fight announcement. It represents the peak of a long-running personal tension fueled by years of criticism, public exchanges, crowd reactions, and claims of disrespect on both sides. For Charlo, this is no longer just about boxing achievements. It has become about restoring pride, defending his name, and settling a rivalry that has been building pressure for a long time.
Happening with the boxing world. It was like right after my era with the Canelo shit, it was like I started to watch boxing change, and I got my little distance, and I thought that it was important for me to just focus strictly on my family and my kids and my life and my future. And I'm M's. I got hella M's because I was knocking them niggas out before they was even boxing. They started boxing. All these boxers that's really. I'm in the third generation of boxing. Right? I was fighting when Mayweather was fighting. I was fighting when De La Hoya was fighting. I fought on Bernard Hopkins on the card. Throw me some motherfucking hearts, cause half of you niggas ain't never did that. Even if you listening, y'all gotta remember that. I fought when my coach Juan Guzman fought. Yeah. I fought on his undercard.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I remember.
I come from a different era in boxing.
Jermell Charlo has once again brought Terence Crawford back into the spotlight, reigniting the discussion with his latest public comments. This time, he openly pushed for a fight with a man widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. But what really stood out wasn't just the call-out itself, it was the way he said it. When Charlo mentioned that sharing the ring with Crawford would be an honor, his tone carried an unexpected level of respect. He even admitted that Crawford has accomplished something he has not, giving direct credit to Crawford's dominant undisputed runs and overall legacy in the sport.
Smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. I want all the smoke. Give me the best shit. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the fuck would I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these shits. I'm with the old school boxing. I'm following all of the Muhammad Ali Act and all that shit. I mean, man, whatever. Y'all want to change shit? Change. If they gave me a offer for Crawford, and me and Crawford, I talked to him one time. I'm excited. I'm so. It'll be an honor to get in the ring with him. Not just today, just because of what he done as becoming undisputed. He completed something that I didn't complete, and so being in the ring with Crawford would be amazing. I give him the best fight of today's era. I don't think that there's no other fight out there in the boxing world for Crawford to make right now. The best.
To fully understand what is unfolding now, it's important to revisit a moment when Charlo was still at his peak. This isn't the first time he has aimed at Crawford. The original call-out dates back to September 2023, but the situation at that time was very different. There was no real conviction behind it, more like an emotional attempt to stay in the spotlight. Charlo was standing inside the T-Mobile Arena after being completely outclassed, controlled, and shut down over 12 rounds by Canelo Alvarez. In the immediate aftermath of that defeat, as the reality of the loss settled in, he picked up the microphone and loudly declared his next target, signaling a shift in direction at a moment when everything around him had just fallen apart.
Weight. I really like the weight I'm in. I'm slim. I was out of my element. Some people can operate better when they out of their element. I'm not. I know how to be dealt with. But call me Money Mel, bitch, for the rest of this day. I'm fucking Money Mel, and we turning the money show on.
What made the situation even more striking was that Terence Crawford was sitting ringside, watching the entire moment unfold in real time. He witnessed the defeat firsthand and heard Charlo's call out immediately after the loss. But instead of engaging with the idea of a future matchup, Crawford responded in a very different way. He went straight to social media and openly criticized Charlo's performance against Canelo, taking a harsh tone that turned the moment into public scrutiny and made his stance clear for the entire boxing world to see.
Yeah, Terence Crawford could be on the radar. I think he already probably been on Twitter, like lip wrestling with the internet just to get some clout, some fans, and it's fine, but he's a champion. He's great at what he do. I haven't been beefing, like truthfully. He's just feeling himself right now. And he's a top dog. He's moving up in weight. And everybody want to fight the best. 168 is considerably still kind of like not my weight division because it's not as easy to make 168. I have to gain weight and gaining weight when you're working really hard is really tough, you can easily walk around at 168, so I'm definitely not the naturally bigger fighter. So 168 is not my weight division. I think I would have to see him in a different way.
There is clearly something deeper behind Crawford's attitude than just competition or business, and it appears to go beyond the ring. When a reporter directly asked him, "It seems like you don't like Jermell," Crawford didn't hesitate for even a second. His reply was short and firm, "I don't." No hesitation, no attempt to soften the answer. He then expanded on his view, shifting the focus to what he believes is Charlo's personality and behavior. Crawford described him as inauthentic, suggesting that the image he presents to the public is not genuine. In his view, Charlo's personality is more of a performance than reality, built to attract attention, with the loud and aggressive persona fans see being, according to Crawford, carefully manufactured rather than natural.
Hey, I'm done after that.
Of course, 100%.
What's the thing about Jermell? Oh, I feel like you don't like Jermell. And if
I don't.
You got respect for the Earl. So if you did Earl like that, god damn.
I don't like Jermell for the simple fact that I feel he's a fake individual. I feel Earl is real. I feel he's genuine. I feel like he stand on 10 toes on everything that he say or do. I feel like Jermell is just one of those guys that do a lot for attention. I was cool with Jermell and Jamal and they older brother prior to me moving up in weight. I got messages with he hit me up asking me he gonna pull up in Omaha and we talking about cars, we talking about all different type of stuff. Once I moved up in the division, and I understand that they stable mates. He trained with Arrow coach and they've been knowing each other for a long time. For him to start bashing me and talking bad about me and saying I'm gonna get knocked out and going out his way to say little slick shit about me, I was just like.
Jermell Charlo's response after being labeled fake by Crawford was unusual and unpredictable, as he didn't immediately fire back but instead acted as if the criticism didn't fully concern him, saying he wasn't sure what people were talking about and that he doesn't really follow interviews or online talk, even insisting he had no real issue with Crawford and presenting himself as confused about any tension between them. But that calm approach quickly shifted as confidence and pride took over, and he began distancing himself from the entire situation, declaring that he sees himself as a superstar on a different level and that he has bigger priorities than focusing on someone not currently in his path, ultimately brushing the whole matter aside and making it clear he wasn't interested in engaging in any immediate fight discussion.
In 154, how y'all want him to fight me? I'm telling you, I'm trying to become undisputed right now. How are we talking about somebody that ain't even fought in the division? How do he just jump from there to there? Like, what connection do he got to this world? Where that tall, lanky motherfucker at? Maybe I'll be the shot caller. Make the decisions on who I want to fight next. Fandora, go fight somebody else. I don't know. Crawford, go fight. Y'all fight each other. I'm busy. Motherfucker, I'm busy. When he fighting again? Shit. When the fuck is he fighting again? Like, who the fuck he fought last? Like, I don't even know nothing about the kid. Don't ask me about Crawford, because that motherfucker ain't in my division. Like, you ain't talking about a 147 pounder that was a 140 pounder. We need to fucking I get it. He won the undisputed, right? At 147 and 140. This shit is different when they get down to 147. 147, 154, 160, 68. This shit is different.
What is the thing with you and Terence Crawford? Why he keep calling you out? He don't even fight in your weight class. I guess he has plans on moving up to fight in your weight class. But what is it? Is it personal? Is it, because it seemed like it's something personal, like he trying to fight everybody in y'all camp.
Right, and that's cool. I think that Terence Crawford could be on the marketing point. He could be using it that way, because, you know, like I hear what y'all.
Meanwhile, Crawford had already shared his own version of events, which made Charlo's reaction seem more questionable, especially given that their relationship wasn't always like this. Charlo's claim that he doesn't understand Crawford's issue comes across differently when you hear Crawford's side. From his perspective, the tension is rooted in a sense of betrayal. Crawford explained that there was a time when he had a good relationship with Jermell Charlo and his twin brother Jermell. They communicated, showed respect, and maintained a solid understanding between them. But according to Crawford, everything changed after he started climbing to new levels of success and moved up in weight, eventually crossing paths with the Charlo brothers and their close ally Errol Spence in the same division. That moment, he says, marked a clear turning point. The version of Charlo he once knew seemed to disappear, and instead Crawford believes Charlo began speaking negatively about him, making critical remarks and changing his attitude behind the scenes. To Crawford, it felt like a complete shift in personality, as if he was dealing with someone who was never fully genuine from the start.
Charlo brothers, that's true, or both of them?
Yeah, man.
Is that still real?
He's a groupie.
Talk your shit, bud.
I just feel like ever since I moved, and they was cool, you know what I mean? I'm still cool with Jermell. Jermell's still cool people, but Jermell, like, dude just like weird. Like, he always angry, he always yelling, he always, you know, doing some off the wall psycho type stuff.
But what is it between y'all two? How did that happen?
That's what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
You know, when I moved up in weight, and soon as I called out Spence and my name was being involved in Spence, he act like that was his fiance or something. You know, he felt as if Earl couldn't speak for herself. He was, oh, Earl Spencer do this, Earl Spencer do that, and you too little, and lions, and it's text.
To make matters even more intense, Crawford added another layer to the situation by drawing comparisons that only deepened the tension. While talking about Errol Spence Jr., the same fighter he shared one of the most physically demanding and memorable battles with, Crawford actually spoke with respect and honesty, calling Spence a real and genuine competitor. And that detail said a lot on its own. Because when you think about it, the opponent he went to war with inside the ring earned more respect from him than someone he once considered a friend outside of it, which only made the contrast between those relationships more striking.
Terence Crawford ring walk. I know that's what everybody's trying to get the answer to. That came out with Miss Eminem. That was some bad shit. Like, I ain't gonna front. That's some cool shit. And it's gonna be hard to beat that. He win. That's not my world. We don't get paid for that anyways. But I almost had like Lil Wayne or something. I had some people I've been in contact with. So we shall see.
Crawford can stop anybody. I'm not saying he can't.
That comparison clearly carried weight, almost like a direct message meant to hit a nerve, suggesting that Charlo was the one who didn't remain genuine in their past connection. It reinforced Crawford's point that, in his eyes, Errol Spence Jr. stayed authentic even through one of the most brutal wars in boxing, while Charlo represented the opposite end of that spectrum. This growing contrast between what is seen as real versus what is seen as artificial has now become a key storyline in the rivalry, and it's a theme that has caught the attention of the entire boxing world.
Jermell Charlo, he calls out Terence Crawford.
I want all the smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. There's no other fight out there in the boxing world for Crawford to make right now.
I remember after Jermell Charlo took on Saul Canelo Alvarez, before Terence Crawford did the magnificent beating Saul Canelo Alvarez, right after that, Terence Crawford, he showed his disinterest in fighting Jermell Charlo. But now Jermell Charlo is saying, yo, give me Bud, you know, he deserves it. But my thing is this, Jermell's been out for like 2 years. I think it'd be something that everybody would be salivating over. They would want the fight, but they would definitely want the fight if Jermell comes back and he knocks somebody completely out. He knocks somebody completely out nasty style, then whatever he has to say on the mic calling out Bud Crawford, people will start saying, Bud Crawford, where you at? And if Bud Crawford doesn't take the challenge, people love to jump on Doc around a pizza.
Unbelievable, man. This Jermell Charlo. I can't believe he's even asking for a fight like that. This is a man who fought, you know, his last fight was Saul Canelo Alvarez was in 2023, And now it's 2025, October 2025, and he's calling out Terence Crawford, the biggest name in boxing. Why?
Analyst Greg Hackett recently issued a serious warning to Charlo, calling his current situation a do-or-die moment in his career. He explained that the reason this potential matchup carries so much weight is directly tied to Charlo's disappointing showing against Canelo, which changed how many people now view his standing in the sport and raised the pressure on him to prove himself again at the highest level.
Yeah, get turkey money. Turkey money, hey man, where the turkey money at? What time the turkey money? Fucking money is money. Nigga, I don't give a fuck who giving it. I'm not here to fight for y'all. Like, what y'all want me to do and shit. Like, nigga, I'm doing me. Got my career. Fought 38 times. Got wins and losses and knocked a lot of motherfuckers out. And I'm the Kobe Bryant. You heard it? Y'all see it? Oh, boxing. And where I'm at. So what y'all mean?
Plan for the mega fight with you and Crawford for 150.
If we can make it at that weight division, I mean, whatever weight division I'm at, if wherever we still boxing at the same time, let's do it. I'm down to fight any one of these motherfuckers. I ain't here for the money. I'm here to win. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, the money already here, and I got it already, and it's gonna come. Mo gonna come, but why would I get in the ring over?
There's more involved here than just financial stakes. It's about protecting and defining a legacy. Hackett even recalled a moment after Crawford's win over Spence, when he reportedly looked directly at Charlo and told him, "You're next." From his perspective, the personal tension is only an added element, something that makes the potential showdown even more intense and compelling, rather than the main reason behind it.
You understand weight class? Nah, that nigga ain't in my weight class. Bro, I'm fighting Canelo next. I don't know what that nigga talking about. I'm undisputed at 154. I already did that.
Which brings us to the present. More than 2 years after Charlo's loss to Canelo, he has remained inactive inside the ring, staying away from competition. Now, as he returns to the conversation, he is sending a clear message that this is not about chasing a paycheck. Charlo has made it known that money is not his motivation anymore, claiming the financial side is already secured. Instead, he says his attention is locked entirely on one thing only: winning and proving himself again at the highest level.
Want to see only interested in fights that make sense and make money, and the fights that make sense and make money. Virgil, great fighter. Virgil could fight. Earl, De La Hoya, them got such a stud with them, this and that. I see he had some injuries and came back and health issues and this and that. And Virgil, he can go a long way. He got a tough fight with Lubin. Yeah, Lubin ain't no hope. It's just that I'm a legend.